Hey guys, how's it going? So I thought I would do a little discussion about a comic that made me stop reading comics way back in the day. Um, Actually, it wasn't just one comic. It was a series of comics. It was this huge story arc that they did back in 1996. I was how old was I? 14, something like that, and it was the Onslaught storyline. And I'll show you the cover here. I found this a while ago. There's Onslaught right there. Now, what bugged me about this was it wasn't so much it was the story, it was just what they did with them. Basically, what Onslaught was amalgamation between Professor X and Magneto and their personalities. Now, I'm going to go through some history here. Now, back in X-Men 25, Magneto stripped all of Wolverine's adamantium out of his body, and he made him into this weird feral bone claw. That is right there. And if you could focus, whatever. But it basically made him really feral. He wore this stupid cut mask. He had no nose. He had a nose, but it looked like he didn't have a nose. And he had the bone claws. But it was after that Charles Xavier basically went after Magneto, wiped his mind, made him catatonic. Like he took everything from him. And what happened was that Magneto's all his anger, his ambitions, everything went into Charles Xavier's mind, and it mixed with Charles' psychic powers, and it created Onslaught. So everything that Charles Xavier, all his frustrations with humanity and mutant kind and everything with Magneto's hate created this being known as Onslaught. Um, it was just really hard to get into because it covered the Avengers, Fantastic Four, Iron Man, Spider-Man, and like you had to get them all. Um, I didn't mind it at first, but when you're a kid, this is a cool panel. Watch it. I like that panel. Sorry, but when you're a kid, it was just like you had to buy all these comics, and these things aren't cheap, especially the bigger ones. And you it, you had to follow each story because if you didn't, you're gonna miss out on a lot of stuff. The whole, I think they did Hulk too because I remember Hulk being in the last Onslaught issue. But it really centers around uh, X-Men and Franklin Richards of Fantastic Four, Reed and Sue's son, because Franklin Richards is a very powerful mutant, reality warping being. And if I can find him here. Now, he talks to like a younger version of Charles Xavier, and he basically Charles wants Franklin for a reason that you'll find out later on in the book if you actually do read this. But you can see right here, there's a young looking Charles with hair, but Franklin thinks he's a real kid he's talking to, and no one else can see him but Franklin. Uh, so basically, I hate this book so much. I don't know why I'm talking about this book, but basically, Onslaught just wants to do as much damage as he can. And X-Men Nate, what's his name? I know he's X-Man, but Nate Summers, I think his name is, goes to the Avengers and asks them for help. And you can see the '90s Avengers right there. Look at Thor. There's Scarlet Witch back there, and yeah, so he knows that something's up with Xavier, and they do the battle, and it is so bad. I hate this book so much. I know I have it. I know I own it. I know I should get rid of it, but I don't know. I really like the artwork, but this ruined my love for comics for years. Um, just the way they ended, because after they did all this, they set up Heroes Reborn. I don't have any Heroes Reborn books because they're so awful. Rob Liefeld's the guy that created Deadpool. He did Captain America, and his version of Captain America is horrible. Iron Man's suit is horrible. Only one that didn't really get affected was Spider-Man, which I was really surprised. Spider-Man was doing its own thing with the Clone Saga and whatnot, which is another thing that bugged me about the 90s comic books, which I really stopped. I didn't start collecting back till um, Ultimate Spider-Man came around and Ultimate X-Men. Uh, and I'll get to that later on. Maybe I've done a video on that. I've done so many videos I've lost track. But I just wanted to show you guys the one story arc out of the whole Marvel universe that I hate with a passion. I hate this book so bad. Not just the book. I hate the Onslaught character as a whole. I think they really screwed up on that one. They could have done a whole lot more with the character and with the story. But yeah, so I just wanted to do a quick video, do a little rant about my the worst comic that made me stop collecting for a while. But let me know what you guys thought. If you guys have read the Onslaught series, or if you have any of the Heroes Reborn stuff, let me know. But yeah, that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you liked it. Leave a comment down below, throw me a like, and if you have not yet subscribed, please do. And as always, guys, I love you, and I will see you later.